My name is Lior Hessel. I'm a Technion graduate. I got my Bachelor's of Science in 1993. I studied mechanical engineering and agricultural engineering. I started working as a mechanical engineer at the high-tech industry here in Haifa for Kulik and Sofa, and then I worked for Jordan Valley Applied Radiation. We designed and manufactured equipment for manufacturing silicon wafers, silicon chips. And then I got my master's degree in science with a specialty in management from the New York Polytechnic University. I became an entrepreneur shortly after that and started my own companies. The first company I founded was Organitech. That was in '99. I managed the company. I was CEO and chairman for 7 years. I took the company on NASDAQ. We raised quite a lot of money, and the company was able to reach sales of millions of dollars worldwide of agricultural machinery equipment. I sold the control of the company in 2007, and since then I have been starting and was involved in other companies as an entrepreneur. My Technion education was actually the basis for all of my activity, my professional activity to date. I think the Technion is at the level of MIT or more. We got here a basis for engineering and science with a strong emphasis on science and basic science like mathematics and physics, chemistry, technical English. So definitely a lot of what I was able to do was due to what I had studied and learned here. I've been coming here to lecture about entrepreneurship, about technical entrepreneurship for 7 years now, teaching the students of my experience, and every year I gain more experience, of course. The basic points are that a young entrepreneur facing the challenge of starting his own company or starting a startup company has many challenges. Today's lecture was about facing the potential investors. And given the fact that investors have a huge advantage over the young entrepreneur, I tried to give the entrepreneurs or the potential entrepreneurs some tools to cope with this disadvantage they have facing the investors. Maybe trivial things which they don't know, like, for example, in most of the cases, the people sitting in front of them are not actually investors, but people representing the money that have no involvement, no emotional involvement in the process, and that gives them a very big advantage over the entrepreneur, who for him his project is the only thing, and then the main thing he's dealing with. So I tried to help them cope with this process, because I think their inability to cope with the investors is bad, not only for them but also for the whole industry. Entrepreneurs that are suppressed tend not to perform as well, and everybody gets hurt, including the investors. Well, in most cases, if the entrepreneur is doing it on his first round, his chances of succeeding are very low. He needs assistance, he needs professional help. If he can't get it from a family member, he needs to hire a consultant or somebody who will be able to walk him through this process, facing the investor, somebody more experienced. Very important for the entrepreneur to know facing a potential investor is what the investor is actually looking for, where he comes from, what type of investment is he interested in, and to basically do his homework. The entrepreneur should also come to the meeting with enough self-confidence, but he shouldn't be overconfident. He should be enthusiastic, but not over-enthusiastic. He should have what I call the spark in his eyes. It's very difficult to find the balances. So that's what I was trying to pass on to the students, to be balanced. Because at the end of the day, what you're asking for is for somebody to give you their money for you to manage. And people look for stability. They don't want any extremeness in any way, in any direction. I mentioned that entrepreneur doesn't necessarily, a technical entrepreneur doesn't necessarily have to start his own company, at least not at the beginning. You can be an entrepreneur in a high-tech company, in a big global company, and start a project or lead a process within a big established company. I think the big high-tech companies are promoting that. They want to see that. They look for such employees. So it's a very good way to gain experience. You don't necessarily have to, as soon as you graduate from the university, start your own company. You can spend a few years as an employee and be an entrepreneur within an established company. Personally, I have been involved in quite a few companies over the last 10 or 15 years. I have supported a lot of entrepreneurs. I like to work with entrepreneurs. I like to help new startups get established. And that's what I do today, and I hope to keep doing it.